The suspect was shot by police, and that brings in the SIU to investigate the actions of the police that night. Can you touch on that a little bit, just where we are with the what's happening with the SIU and your officers?
So the SIU are mandated to investigate any extreme uses of force, in this case use of a firearm, and it is an investigation active. We're not at liberty to comment, but typically they take several weeks, months perhaps, to come to a conclusion and determination. Our officers, of course, will and are participating and cooperating with the investigation, and they'll make full disclosure to the community as they determine appropriate at the conclusion of their investigation.
So a couple of things you wanted to touch on there. As you said, these investigations are automatic. Anytime a person is injured during an interaction with police, injured or dies during an interaction with police, regardless of the circumstances, the SIU comes in and investigates. So this is an automatic investigation. The other thing I wanted to touch on, though, was the element of the officers cooperating. And in the past, there's been a lot of issue about officer notes, them going through it with their police association lawyer before handing the notes over to the SIU. This was a case that made it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled that really wasn't the way it should be done. How does that impact the officers now that they have to provide their notes from that day, sort of the unedited, revised version that they may go through with their lawyers?
Well, the practice has always been about giving the best and most accurate detail. That's the case in any investigation. But police officers, by principle of use of notes, the notes are supposed to be done as early as possible, at the earliest opportunity, extraneously. So when there's a perception of a delay or something, that it does have a perception that they could be altered or scripted or something of that nature. The reality is, though, no other person in a criminal justice system would be asked to provide a statement without retaining and instructing a lawyer. So that is a kind of a double standard, and seen by some police officers as a double standard. Their highest possible risk or exposure is a criminal charge for an excessive use of force, or if it's a lethal application, it could be a murder charge. So it's a matter of ensuring that everybody's best interest, including the officer who was in the situation that day, interests are upheld. But the law is the law, and we're comply with it.